Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your time. Have you ever asked yourself, what are some of the things you need to ask yourself before relocating to Africa? Before you decide to come and invest and probably stay in Africa? Hello and welcome. I am Wilbert Mutoko. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and clicking on the notification bell so that the next time I upload videos, you will be the first to get. I love to empower entrepreneurs. I love to empower leaders. All right. So here are the 4 things, and I'll give you a 5th one, which is a bonus, that you need to consider before you relocate. Number 1, this advice is not just for those who want to come to Africa, but this is for anybody who wants to move from one country to another. Before you relocate, you must make sure that you have visited that place. The amount of money that you will spend coming to view the country, I think it's worthwhile, because you can actually relocate and then you realize that that place where you have relocated to is not for you. I remember the other time I was talking to someone and he gave me that advice. I used to think that spending money going to see the place before you relocate is a wastage. But after talking to this man, I learned a big lesson. What this guy did together with his family is that they moved from Botswana and they went to Canada many years ago, right? So they moved to Canada, and when they got there, they realized that it was not as easy as they thought. They even became Canadians. 6 years later, the whole family came back to Botswana. Now you can imagine the time and the losses that happen, when you sell, like when they sold their properties, rushing to Canada, then they come back and they have to start afresh and all that. You don't want to go through that. Before you say you are relocating to Africa, come and see for yourself. Be on the ground. This is very important. All right. Number 2, you need to understand the issues of permits, work permits and residence permits and the business licenses. Now, what I've seen is, particularly with people who are working in the diaspora, when they reach out to people like us who are in Africa, and you try to tell them to say, look, this is how things are, many of them don't understand and they are not willing to talk to us. They are not willing to engage to that level where you can help them in detail, and they pay for it. They are not interested. They are not interested in talking to attorneys, to lawyers who handle different matters. Makes me wonder whether many people are really serious with their lives. For example, somebody will say, I want to move to Botswana. Then I ask them, okay, you want to move here? Cool. What business do you want to do? Then they will say, I would like to, open some small shops around Gaborone. Then I tell them, no, those kind of businesses are reserved for locals, not for expatriates. And this person doesn't understand. They are thinking that things are done the same way they are done in their own country. And this is not just for Botswana. It happens for quite a number of countries. When you move from one country to another, there are certain businesses that are reserved for the locals to empower them. So then when I try to tell someone that if you are coming here, you should be thinking of doing a business like this and this, so that you also hire people and reduce unemployment, then you will get permits as an investor. I'm just talking to myself. The person is not interested. Somebody says, I want to come in there and I want to have some properties or whatever. I'm trying to explain and trying to ask them and advise them, look, if you are coming here, are you coming to stay here as an employee on employee permits or as an investor? So you need to understand the work permits and the resident permits for the country where you are going. And you also need to understand the business licenses. How do they work? The fact that you have heard that that African country where you are going has got peace, there is less corruption, there is good governance, does not mean that everybody can just walk in and set up a business. It's important for you to understand that. Of course, number 3 thing is that if you have now managed to come into the country, consider hiring skilled labor, skilled and highly experienced people. I mean, every serious entrepreneur will have to hire skilled people, experienced people. It's very important. Unless you yourself, you are going to be in that country and you are running the business, not only running the business, but you are skilled and highly experienced yourself. If not, then it's questionable. Your enterprise will not succeed. All right? And of course, number 4, once you have started the business, you have hired the good people, you need to put structures into your business. If you look at some of my other business videos that I've uploaded, you will see me talking, and there are some interviews as well where we talk about some of the business structures that you need to put in place for your business to succeed. And finally, this is your bonus number 5. Running a business from afar is risky and it's not easy. Some of you already know. You send some combis to your country and your relatives. You know the story. The business never happened. Some of you, you tried to do grinding mill business. You tried this, you tried that, and it's a lot of stories. The same will happen in almost any country. If you are very busy in diaspora and you want to stay there and you want to start a business somewhere, unless probably you say, I want to buy a property, and the country where you are going, they actually allow you to buy property while you are staying away. That one is a bit better. But remember, you still need to deal with the tenants unless you ask the property agency to be the managers of your property. Otherwise, managing from afar is going to be difficult. Imagine I stay here in Botswana, then I have properties in the UK and I don't stay in the UK. And then I have tenants in the UK staying in my properties. And I don't put a property manager there to run my property empire. That would be very difficult. You can advise me. You can put your comments down there. Maybe there are some certain structures that I'm not aware of that people can implement. So when we are talking like this, we are trying to tell you the naked truth. We are trying to assist each other. Come back to Africa, you are most welcome, but come back with knowledge. The little information you get online about Africa is too little. You need to be on the ground. You need people who can assist you on the ground. And once you have set up your business, it's important for you to have structures in place. You see, some of you are in the developed world, all right? And there's a lot of information there. There are websites, there are reports and all that. There's a lot of analytics that happens online. When it comes to Africa, even some of the websites you see, they have long been abandoned. They are not updated. And that's what you are looking at. I mean, there are companies which have prices of their services and products online on their website. And when you go to buy, they tell you no. No, that's an old thing. You are still talking about that price. That was for 2014. That was for 2016. So what you see online is not always exactly what you see firsthand. That's why I'm saying, before you move to Africa, number 1, visit the country. Number 2, check out and try to understand the issue of permits, residence permits, work permits. Some companies, some countries use visas and the business license. Check them very well. Number 3, when you are hiring, don't just hire anybody. Hire skilled and highly experienced people. Number 4, we said you must put structures in place to make your things very formal. All right. And of course, number 5 is running a business from afar is risky. You need to know what you are doing unless you are coming to stay. All right. Thank you so much. I hope this helps you. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe, and click on the notification bell. I love you. See you in the next video.